Welcome to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. My name is Dallas. I'm joined here with Colin. No Marshall, no Donnie. They are still flying in from Vegas. They actually did go to the Rams and Lions game in SoFi. So we're still waiting for them to come back, but we're going to do the podcast regardless without them. Like I said, this is weekly podcast until the Super Bowl. Every Thursday, we're going to be posting these. Welcome, Colin. Very interesting week in the NFL. But first, we got to go through our picks for the week. How do you think you did, Colin?
I know I did very poorly because I wasn't on last week. I had it in my notes app to send to Marshall, and so I was checking every game, and I was like 5-5 through the 1 o'clock slate. So that was tough.
Okay, I mean,
it was not good.
We do have a definitive 1, 2, 3, and fourth place.
No ties this week.
No ties this week. So
I think my streak of winning is over though.
We'll see. We got the picks right here. Marshall sent me the spreadsheet. I filled it out. In last place at 6-10, Marshall. Marshall with a 6-10 record this week. Not good. Coming in at third place, Colin in third place. 9-7. 9-7.
9-7 isn't terrible considering I had that rough start.
In second place, Donnie at 10-6, and that means for this week I won with the picks 11-5.
Okay, so you cut into my lead by 2 games then.
Slightly cut into the lead. With that being said, the overall total right now, Colin, you're still in the lead, 147 out of 77. Right there behind you, 6 games back, 141 and 83. Now in third place is Donnie, 129 and 95. And Marshall, two games behind him, 127-97.
Man.
So right now it's a battle between you and me, Colin. It's the battle between first and second. they're battling the shit bowl right now. They're way behind us right now. It's gonna be a tough stretch here.
I'm gonna choke. I can feel it.
I don't know, man. 6 games is a lot.
That is, but I mean, you just chipped away at 2 of them this week, and there's 3 weeks left.
3 weeks. You never know who's going to get hot at the end of the season, that's for sure.
Exactly.
So we'll go recap through this, starting off with Thursday night football. Tampa Bay losing to Atlanta. Everybody got that one wrong.
They are so cooked.
Everybody got that wrong. Next up, we had Baltimore and Cincinnati. I lone wolf the Ravens.
Really?
And they shut out the Bengals.
I figured I was going to be lone wolf in the Bengals. That's crazy.
Marshall and Donnie went Bengals. I don't remember what their logic was, but I was the lone wolf on the Ravens. Going into Philly and the Raiders, we all picked Philly. That was an easy dub. Same thing for Houston, Arizona. We all picked Houston. Going into Kansas City Chiefs and the Chargers. Marshall, the lone wolf of the Chiefs. So he was the only one that got that game wrong. Everybody
Honestly, though, if Mahomes didn't tear his ACL, he might have been the only one to get that one right, though.
To be fair, I don't know if they would have won that game, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Buffalo versus New England. I lone wolf the Bills. Everybody picked New England. So there's the 2 games, Colin, that I gained on you. So
it was
Ravens
and Bills. Everything else, we were right down the line.
Which is actually funny because we all picked the Giants against Washington. The Giants lost. We all picked Chicago. I lied. Donnie picked Cleveland for some reason. I think he's still on the Shador hype train right now. So
I think he's also trying to manifest that the Bears start choking too.
That too, yeah. We all picked Carolina versus the Saints, and the Saints got the dub. Shocking there. Colin, you and Marshall both picked Detroit. Me and Donnie both picked the Rams.
Yeah, my logic behind that, I fully expected us to lose that game. My logic behind that was the whole like win loss couple of weeks.
Still going.
Yeah, but I've been picking right on each week of that. I think the only one I missed was the Vikings, and that was the moment where I was like, all right, we have a pattern here. I got to stick with the pattern.
Yep.
And so I thought maybe, just maybe, if I picked the Lions this week, that they would get it done, but I was wrong, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was correct, so that sucks. Indy versus Seattle. We all picked Seattle. Seattle won. I got that game on you for the Rams-Lions game. You got it back here because I picked Green Bay versus Denver, and Denver ended up winning. Same thing with Marshall. Marshall picked Green Bay. Donnie, Denver. We all picked San Francisco against the Titans. San Francisco won. Donnie, lone wolf in Minnesota against the Cowboys and got it. he must be a big JJ fan. I don't know. That's still out there. And then everybody, Marshall was the only one to pick Miami against the Steelers. So that was our week 15. I got 2 games on you. Let's try to cut this deficit down for that final week, you know.
Man, the NFC North might come down to that final week.
It might.
Picks might come down to that final week. That's crazy.
It's going to be a huge 3 weeks here.
See, but week 18 is going to be tough because you might get teams that are sitting people.
That's true.
And you won't. We by the time we record this, we probably won't know who's sitting and who's starting.
Nope, not yet.
So week 18 might actually be tough.
It might be. So let's recap week 15 here, starting with Thursday Night Football. Tampa Bay losing to the Falcons. I am gobsmacked by this. I guess
you had Tampa Bay as the number 1 seed in the NFC, man.
I had Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl.
In the NFC South, they might miss the playoffs.
They might. I had Baker as an MVP. I had the Bucks in the Super Bowl. Granted, I had them losing, but I did not expect Kirk Cousins not only to throw 44 passes, but to almost have 400 yards.
He threw 44 passes?
44 passes. And I don't know
We're almost 44 years old. What are we doing?
Speaking of 44 years old, we'll get to that.
I was saying, we'll get to that.
Kyle Pitts has his game of the season. He always has one game every year.
I saw so many people reacting. They were like, all the Kyle Pitts fantasy owners like, we've been waiting for
this. It finally paid off.
And then I saw someone saying, they were like, you were lying. You either had that man on your bench since week 6 or you dropped him week 6. Yeah. Don't even lie.
11 catches, 166, and 3 touchdowns for Kyle.
Yeah, he had like 30 points in the first half or something like that. It was crazy.
The craziest part is next year he's going to go to the Kansas City Chiefs and put up these numbers every week. And it's going to be a disaster.
Is he a free agent this year?
I think this is a free agent year for him.
That's crazy.
And like he just doesn't produce. And I don't know what it is. I just feel like, why are we not targeting this man more? Like, it just doesn't make sense at all, realistically.
Yeah, I think that coaching staff for the last couple of years, I know they're in a different regime than they were like 2 years ago, but shout out Arthur Smith. But
hey, fourth and wrong Hall of Famer Arthur Smith.
My bad for getting you fired, homie. But they just don't know how to use him, and it's pretty simple. He's a freak athlete. Just he's down there somewhere. Yeah. And clearly it worked this time. I know that the Buccaneers are kind of sucking right now, but I mean, it worked. And I don't know how you can see. And like you said, he has a game like this every year where he'll explode and we'll be like, oh my God, the Falcons finally figured out how to use Kyle Pitts. And then the week after, he'll have like 3 targets and no receptions.
This is the game that fantasy owners are like, I'm drafting him in the first round, or I'm saving him for Dynasty.
He went off against the Buccaneers last year, guys. Like, he can do it. This is the year.
It's the ceiling is so high with him. Like,
I drafted him. I think his rookie year, I drafted him.
He had a good he only had 1 touchdown his rookie year, but he had 1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah, he had a bunch of receiving yards, but I mean, the touchdowns is what gets you the points. So
yes,
it was brutal.
Let's see. Moving on.
Ravens Bengals.
Yep, Ravens Bengals. Tough outing for the Bengals. They get shut out 24-0. Joe Burrow checked out. Lamar only 12 passes and
8 completions.
8 completions out of 12 passes. One of those was an interception. So Lamar's still not looking the best. 9. Yeah. So it's crazy that this Ravens offense still looks bad. I mean, Derrick Henry did his thing running the ball, but the Bengals dominated time of possession and then unfortunately just couldn't cash in at all.
Yeah. I am just now looking at these stats because I didn't get to watch this game. I saw Joe Burrow's quote after the game saying, there's not a team in the league that would have won if I was their quarterback today. Looking at his stats, I mean, 2 interceptions, but 225, that was a decent game from him. If he didn't have those interceptions, that's not a terrible stat line.
Yep, and one of the interceptions, I didn't see both interceptions. I think it was the first one. He basically slipped and fell while he was throwing the ball. Granted, it was still bad coverage, but it was like a 50-50, if he doesn't throw that ball or if he doesn't slip, it's probably not an interception.
I mean,
and that was right on the goal line.
MVP favorite Matthew Stafford just threw a screen pass right to Aiden Hutchinson this week, and
it was a bad play design. Bad play
design. Yeah, we'll get there.
Moving on, probably the best game of the week in my opinion. Bills Patriots.
Yeah, now, that was a crazy game.
Patriots had a 21-0 lead at one point, and it was 24-3 at halftime. This is a hat and t-shirt game for the Patriots. They win this game, they win the division outright, and they had a 21-point lead at halftime. And guess what happened? Josh Allen decides, you know what? I'm gonna put on the cape. I'm gonna go get us this lead back. And this was just a crazy game on both ends.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw that halftime score and I was like, Bills are dead in the water. And then I checked the score again later, and it was like a 1-possession game, and I was like, what the hell? What are we doing? Like, I don't know how. Like, I just.
So the Patriots have.
I don't know what to make of the Bills this year, because they've looked terrible for like that whole middle stretch of the season, and now that like we're coming to playoff times and crunch times, and they're like, you know, they gotta like play themselves into the field. This is entirely different, and I mean that's a nice win. Beating the Patriots in Foxborough, that is a nice win for them. Yeah, especially down 21.5. That's crazy.
And my logic, because I was the only one that picked the Bills to win this game, and at halftime I was looking like, oh fuck, there goes one of my picks. My biggest logic was that the Patriots were due on a 10-game winning streak. It's such a young team, first-year coach.
I kind of forgot they were on a 10-game win streak. That's 10-game winning streak.
And I just felt, and the Patriots already won earlier in the year against the Bills in Orchard Park. So I'm like, the Bills are going to get their get back. That was my logic behind that pick.
That's true. They lost by 3 in that game.
And sure enough, the Bills win by 4 in this one. So what does that say about the Patriots? I don't know.
Dude, I forgot the Raiders beat the Patriots. That's crazy.
That was week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
oh my God.
Moving on, Jags versus the Jets. Trevor Lawrence. What the fuck was this game? Trevor Lawrence, 5 touchdowns, 6 total. Like, this is what the Jags have been waiting for.
I played against a guy who had Trevor Lawrence on his team. It was tough.
No.
we were just happy to be there in the first place. We stumbled our way there, but man, that was a tough watch.
Yeah, no. Trevor Lawrence finally paying off for the Jags.
Jags are somehow 10-4. Like the quietest 10-4 team of all time.
Literally, like the Bills are 10-4 and the Jags are also 10-4. It's insane. They're probably going to win the division if the Texans don't come back on them. But no, Trevor Lawrence, a great game. Jets 3-11 on the season. Brady Cook, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Something's got to give with this Jets team. I don't know what's up with them, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're 3-11. It's not. I don't know, man. I mean, it's year 1, so like whatever. But yeah, they look rough. This should have already been an overhaul year, and they need an overhaul again. Like clearly, what they put together did not work at all. Like I don't even think there are any positives to this Jets team this year.
Yeah, honestly,
like they've won 3 games somehow, but
one of them against the Bengals.
Yeah.
So yeah, going.
Are we gonna circle back to Chiefs Chargers? I think we skipped over that.
I was just about to say them right now.
Gotcha.
Chiefs Chargers. The Chiefs officially eliminated from the playoffs. The first time since the Andy Mahomes era that they will not be in the playoffs. And
Alex Smith was their quarterback the last time they weren't in the playoffs.
That's true. Alex, man, shout out Alex Smith, man.
Out of all the people that have become 4th and wrong legends, I feel like Alex Smith should be up there, and I don't know how he hasn't been a 4th and wrong legend yet.
So this is kind of off topic. I got some Hall of Fame. So episode 100, we're gonna reintroduce the Hall of Fame.
All right. What episode are we on right now?
This is 83, I think.
Okay, so it'll be like an off-season kind of thing.
Yep, it'll be an off-season sort of thing. So last year for episode 50, we had our Hall of Fame episode. Episode 100, I got a couple people I'm thinking about throwing in the Hall of Fame. Alex Smith might get the nod. You never know. You never know.
Anyway, Chiefs Chargers.
Go back to the Chiefs.
Shout out Gardner Minshew for knocking the Chiefs out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Shout out to Derwin James for running the route for Kelsey and catching it for him. But yeah, the reason Gardner Minshew was in the game, Patrick Mahomes goes down on a tackle, ACL. It's tough. Yeah. As you never want to wish injury on a player ever. And unfortunately, everyone this year was hate watching the Chiefs. Oh my God, we love that the Chiefs are losing games. We love it. Even those hate watchers didn't want to. They didn't want to see Mahomes get hurt. They wanted to see a healthy Mahomes not make the playoffs. Granted, I don't think they were going to make the playoffs regardless. But now not only is this season cooked for the Chiefs, potentially next season is cooked for the Chiefs as well, because the estimated time for Mahomes to come back is at best case scenario week 1, but worst case scenario November.
Damn.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Because it's a 9 to 12 month recovery. 9 months would be like week 1.
That's crazy. Oh, that's tough. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, since he's tearing it this late in the year. Wow. Yeah, Chiefs are cooked next year too. That's crazy.
But a lot of people are saying this could be a blessing in disguise. You get a top 10 pick this year probably if you lose a couple games with no Mahomes. Next year you start off slow. You might have another good draft potential that year.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Herbert had a decent game, still has a broken hand.
Yeah.
Nothing really else about this Chargers team, really.
Yeah.
Moving on, Texans and the Cardinals. Texans blow out the Cardinals. The biggest issue with this Texans team was their offense, and C.J. Stroud, 263 touchdowns, no interceptions. He played pretty good. Jawar Jordan, I don't know who that is, had 100 yards rushing. Nico Collins had 2 touchdowns. But I mean, hey, Jacoby Brissett, 3 touchdowns, 250. He did have an interception. A lot of those are garbage time. We're not going to talk about that. But, I mean, not a bad showing for Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. Texans have won 7 of their last 8, and that one loss was by 3 to the Broncos back in early November.
Who are currently the 1 seed in the AFC.
Texans are sneaky good right now.
The defense is so good.
That defense is nuts. And then if CJ gets hot right now, that's going to be dangerous in the playoffs.
They're going to be
their last 3 are Raiders, dub. At Chargers, that's iffy. And then Colts at home with Phillip Rivers. So
that's a dub. So they're
with respect to Phillip Rivers. Shout out Phillip Rivers, but so I mean they might win out, which is insane. So
very potential. Moving on to the Chicago Bears and Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders puts up 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Did not look good at all.
He was their leading rusher too, with 2 carries for 24 yards.
I just saw that now.
That's nuts.
Crazy. Yeah, there's no reason Quinshon Judkins should only have 21 yards rushing, averaging 1.8 a carry. Is this Bears defensive line sneaky good? Like, there's no way.
I don't know.
There's no way.
I remember, granted, it was early on in the year. The Ben Johnson system was still new to them, but that Lions offensive line had no problems with them earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Lions offensive line hasn't been terrible. It's been bad for Lions offensive line standards after the last couple of years, but like is the Browns offensive line really that bad?
Yeah, it's got to be that bad. But like it's either the O-line's that bad or Quinshon Judkins is so good that he was able to mask it for half of the season, because
I guess
he's had really good he's had multiple 80-yard rushing games. I believe his over under for rushing yards this game was 85. That was the starting line.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think this is definitely something they'll have to look at in the future.
Do think that the Bears are, if they manage to win this week, I think their last 2 are going to be rough for them though.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be tough. I think I'm going to lean Bears this week against the Packers, just with no Micah Parsons. I think that was probably one of the last couple of things holding this Packers team together.
Mm-hmm.
But selfishly, I need the Bears to lose out. So we're going to hope for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, at 49ers, and then the Lions at home isn't a gimme. So,
yeah,
I mean, they kind of need to win this week, but yeah, I don't know what to make of the Bears, because
they're definitely overachieving.
They are overachieving, and it's kind of like the Chiefs last year, where it was every game was they could have easily gone the other way, and they just kept winning those games. And I feel like that luck has to catch up with them at some point, whether it's now and they miss the playoffs, or it's in the playoffs round 1. That luck is going to run out eventually.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on to Giants and Commanders. We all picked the Giants to win this game, and I didn't watch a single thing about this game. I'm trying to look at the stats right now. I don't understand how the Commanders won. What was the deciding factor?
I mean, truthfully, I think it was that interception by Jackson Dart.
And it was that was their only turnover, was the interception. Commander,
and then
Commanders
I
had
think
2 turnovers.
I think Young Hui Koo missed a field goal. He got released today.
I was gonna, yeah, bro.
He definitely missed an extra point, if I remember right.
Let me see if I can pull it up. He was 0 for 2 for field goals.
Yeah, he missed 2 field goals.
He didn't miss any extra points because they had 21 points. So.
Right, you're right. I was gonna say he missed at least 1 kick. But yeah, I just saw it too. 0 for 2 on field goals. And then they had that red zone trip that they came up empty. So I mean,
what a story for Young Hoku. Getting picked up by the Falcons, becoming the most accurate kicker in NFL history, and then falling off the face of the earth.
Dude,
like,
it's insane.
It's crazy. But yeah, the Commanders did announce that Marcus Mariota will be the starter for the remainder of the season, which that should have been the move to begin with. I don't think Jane Daniels should have came back.
Yeah, and thankfully the other people here aren't here to argue about it, specifically one person.
I think Donnie was on our side. I think Marshall was on the no, I'm
no,
wrong.
it was backwards, because Marshall was the one saying that Joe Burrow should come back, and we were all kind of like, it's kind of over for the Bengals.
We're on the same page, Colin.
Yeah.
They are so flip-floppy, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, Donnie hates Joe Burrow, so Donnie is never going to advocate for Joe Burrow to come back. That's ever. But I think, it was for this one, it was Marshall had flipped his take, and Jaden Daniels shouldn't have come back. Which, I mean, I guess at this point, because he got re-injured and then they lost more games, so it was like, what was the point? Like, you might have messed him up even more, which is exactly like what the whole argument was. But I don't know. This Commanders team has been bad all year. That defense is terrible. They got lit up by like every team they've played except the Giants, apparently.
The thing was, the Commanders defense last year was bad too. Like, it was just the fact that the offense was outscoring the other offense. So that was the biggest thing last year, and a lot of people didn't talk about it.
Yeah, it was. It's. There's been a lot of like random ass like teams that were good last year that are just horrible this year, and the Commanders are one of them. And this has been a weird year.
Definitely. Eagles versus the Raiders. Kenny Pickett revenge game, and he did exactly what we thought he would do. 64 yards, no touchdowns in an
I can't believe we did a Kenny Pickett 9 edit after that, man.
Oh my, because he's so irrelevant. We can't even afford one.
64 yards.
Yeah. I
clicked on Kenny Pickett, and the first headline I see about Kenny Pickett's week 15 failure may have lasting implications on his career. So
Marshall and Donnie in the group chat were arguing if he's the 47th best quarterback in the NFL. The trivia for today would have been, we were going to go through every roster and is this person better than Kenny Pickett or no? And we were going to see where he actually is listed. But obviously they're not here today, so there's no point in doing that. Eagles, pretty good game overall. They finally put their foot on somebody's neck and continue to play through the game. Jalen Hurts, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Saquon, 78 yards and touchdown.
Saquon up the middle. AJ Brown deep ball actually worked this week.
It actually worked this time.
But also it was against the 2-12 Raiders. So
that is true. Some people had the Raiders as a playoff team this year. Crazy enough.
Who's their other win?
That is a good question.
Oh, the Titans. Their 2 wins are the Patriots and the Titans. That's crazy.
What a crazy difference of like wins.
I know, one of the best teams in the league, and then one of the worst, the only team worse than them.
Yes, crazy. But no, I think the Eagles did exactly what they were supposed to do this game.
Yeah, it would have been very concerning if they came out and looked like crap.
Yes. All right, moving on. We mentioned it earlier before. 44-year-old Philip Rivers makes his return to the NFL to face the Seahawks. And by God, did this game put us in a fucking moment of time that there's no way Philip Rivers wins this game. There's no way.
I know that the Eagles defense is like really good, but it is so sad now that we're talking about this game after just talking about Kenny Pickett and just seeing his stat line that he only had 64 passing yards. 44-year-old Philip Rivers, I know he's, fringe Hall of Famer and everything. He just came off the couch 5 days before this game and threw for 120 yards. And at 44 years old, and a touchdown and an interception. But again, not everyone's going to be perfect coming off the couch 5 days before an NFL game. And
after 5 years of not playing.
After 5 years of not playing. Give me Philip Rivers over Kenny Pickett without a doubt. This this specific version of Phillip Rivers over Kenny Pickett.
This version of, but yeah,
Phillip Rivers, if Phillip Rivers came out of retirement for the fucking Raiders this week, he would have at least put up points. That's all I'm saying.
You're right. I'm telling you. I mean, not you might be right. No, you're right. Seahawks, a game the Seahawks we felt like should have blew this team out, being 44-year-old Phillip. Only 18 points, all field goals for the Seahawks team. Yeah. That's scary moving forward.
Yeah.
I feel like this was a game. Sam Darnold, he didn't play bad, but they just couldn't score. So that kind of has me worried for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, the Colts haven't had a terrible defense, and they probably came into this game knowing like they were going to have to play out of their minds to have a chance, and they did. They did play out of their minds, and they had a chance. But yeah. Also, side note, Marshall's not here. I am looking at the game leaders right now. Shout out Amir Abdullah, leading receiver for the Indianapolis Colts this week. Just had to get that out of the way. Lions legend. We love
Lions legend, man. Going on to the Packers and Broncos. Broncos eke out a win here. Tough game for Jordan Love. You weren't here on the podcast last week, Colin. I said Jordan Love, I got a lot of looks for this by saying this. Jordan Love reminds me of Josh Allen in the sense of its ups and downs with his performances. He's very streaky. And Donnie, as much as he hates Jordan Love, he had to agree with that, which was crazy. Donnie agreeing.
It's because he also hates Josh Allen.
but he also agrees that that's like it's ups and downs.
No, 100%. I agree with that take wholeheartedly.
And it was one of those games where it was down. It was just one of those. It was a tough game, especially against this defense. One of the interceptions was an amazing play by Pat Surtain. I think the other one was actually a drop pass. I think it was still behind him, but like he could have caught it. I don't know, but. Bad nonetheless. They still had a chance to go down and win at the end, and they couldn't do it. Bo Nix, wow. Bo Nix, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The biggest problem with this Broncos team, the biggest question was the offense, and Bo Nix shut that down this week.
Yeah, I was going to say early on in the year, that was the worry. The defense looked legit, but that offense was a huge question mark for them. And slowly over the course of this season, that offense has started to heat up, and they're getting hot at the right time. Hopefully they can keep it up. I think that, I mean, obviously this isn't a hot take to say, but the Broncos are clearly the favorite in the AFC, and I don't see anybody on the AFC side that could really stop them. Like we talked about earlier, New England has been due for a loss, and maybe now that they finally had that slip up, they might start losing some games down the stretch and really fall behind, but I don't see Denver doing that. Their last 3 are Jags, which could be a decent game, but it's in Denver, at Chiefs with no Mahomes, and then Chargers at home to end the year. So they might win out.
I was going to say, depending on where their standing is, they might already have the 1 seed locked up. They might not even play their starters week 18.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, they may not win out if they don't play their starters, but on paper, they should win all 3 of those games. So
100%.
We'll see what happens. But, man, the Broncos look crazy this year. Cortland Sutton just overtook Jahmyr Gibbs for the fastest ball carrier this week, too.
Sutton's that was sneaky, man. He's a sneaky dog, man. And, of course, we have to mention Packers lose another player to an ACL injury, this time Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that's a tough blow for them.
This is a big loss for them.
That was a win now trade, and he didn't even make it through the year. That's tough.
And I will say, a lot of people are in the camp that Jerry Jones was right. Jerry Jones was right. This kind of he was not. No. Let's stop it. But Micah, I think this is best case scenario. Micah got his money. He got his guaranteed money that he was looking for, and this is exactly why, because injuries like this can happen at any time. And it just sucks that this year, like everyone's talking about ACL injuries, MCLs, all this going on. We're actually on pace for less injuries this year in terms of ACLs and Achilles than last year. So
I think there's just been so many high profile injuries, and I feel like they've all been in like bursts, and especially there's been like quite a few lately, like late in the year. And I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. You know, your body's a little bit more worn down. I feel like these injuries are a little bit more likely to happen after like, you know, a season's worth of hits and everything. So, but yeah, I was on the train of it feels like there have been more this year, but now that you say that, you know, I think that makes a little bit of sense. Packers are in trouble though, real bad.
Yeah. Not so fun fact, but obviously there's been 30 torn ACLs this season. In 2013, 63. What the fuck happened in 2013? God. I gotta go back.
Did everyone play on turf that year?
I don't know. But in 2013, there was 63 ACL injuries.
That's crazy.
I might have to fact check
there were like
that.
twice as many.
twice as many in 2013. I don't know what the fuck they were playing on in 2013, but they got rid of
I mean,
that shit.
I mean, they've made a lot of progress in like playing surface like studies and stuff in the last couple of years, which I think has really helped. And then you also have like low hits being a thing that they've tried to remove from the game, so I'm sure that helps too.
2021, 57. So,
well, maybe not. Maybe it's just a luck of the draw thing.
I think it just looks like it's a bursty. It was like a couple bursts. So it's like 63, 45, 50, 49, 52. So it was like bouncing and shoot.
Pretty, yeah.
Bounce
I
and
was
shoot.
gonna say, yeah.
So,
and then we're in a pretty low point this year with 3 weeks left, granted. But
so next year, watch out. We might be in for a burst of ACLs.
With how the Lions' injury luck has been the last couple of years too, man, that'd be tough.
Let's get this game over with. Lions versus the Rams. Lions coming into this game as an underdog, and the Rams just proved they're still one of the best teams in the NFC, if not the best team in the NFC. We had a chance, man. We had a chance this game.
We did. I will defend Dan for a lot, but I really questioned not using that timeout before the 2-minute warning. And I get that the 2-minute warning serves as a timeout, but in a situation where you're already not going to get the ball back with a lot of time, every second that you can save is going to help. Yeah. And they ended up getting the stop and got the ball back. But I mean, you could have had like an additional like 10 seconds, which is a lot of time in that situation. Definitely. So I was a little pissed about that. But yeah, I mean, with all of the defensive injuries, I knew that this was going to have to be a high scoring game and it was going to be a shootout for the Lions to have any hope. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to bitch about the refs, but
I think honestly, so that Colby Parkinson play, that's what we're probably all referring to.
Yeah.
First of all, he was short.
He was.
If they wanted to count that as a touchdown, the reasoning they gave it a touchdown was kind of wild, in my opinion.
It was, yeah. Well, especially because I saw a freeze frame where it's kind of hard to tell because it's like covered in shadow and everything, so it might have been a player's arm. But it definitely looked on that freeze frame like the ball was out on the turf, on the ground, a full yard short. And I don't know how, because I saw like in real time, I was like, oh man, he loses control of that football. There's no way that ball didn't hit the ground before he caught it in the end zone. There's no way. Just thinking like physics wise, there's no way that didn't hit the ground.
Yeah, my logic was, even if I didn't even think, like, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Oh, he caught that. I'm like, that man is down at the 1 easily.
Right. Well, that was my thing, is I was like, if you're going to call that a catch, he's down. He's down at the 1, which I guess, could just be delaying the inevitable, but like, you at least give them a chance and they have to run one more play. Anything can happen. They could bobble the snap or whatever. Yep. Like anything can happen on a given play. Or, I mean, Matthew Stafford could throw another interception. Who knows? They like to throw on the goal line.
Or we hold them to a field goal. Right. I will say, I think that was best case scenario to get that touchdown done and over with, so that way we had more time.
I was going to say, timing wise, I think it ended up working in the Lions' favor in that way. It just sucks that this game came down to a touchdown.
Yeah, it does. But in my opinion, I think they would have got the touchdown anyway, and then we would have just had less time. Right. So it's kind of that give and take. I don't think it cost us the game in reality.
No, I think it's just like I said, I went into that game thinking that the Lions were going to lose anyway. Like, I fully expected a loss on Sunday, just with all of the injuries we have on defense. We're going to need to play some teams with a little bit less good of an offense as the fucking LA Rams do this year. I mean, Matthew Stafford's playing at an MVP level. We've talked about it already. Yep. And with both of your safeties hurt, like 2 out of 3 of your starting corners hurt this season, I mean, you're just not going to find success against an offense that good. I don't trust the Lions to win a shootout against a team that good. So, I mean, I think down the stretch, I think they can win the last 3 games easily. Maybe not easily for the Bears. I think the Bears game is going to be way too close, but I think the Lions have a real shot to win all of those games. I think the Lions had a chance to come out of LA with a win. I didn't think it was a very good chance. It would have had to have been a perfect game, and it had already started off not great. I know that we ended up getting an interception and got the ball back, so it basically offset itself, but like, the Lions needed to play a perfect game and they just didn't. And that was kind of the situation they were in last year, and unfortunately they find themselves in their situation like that this year. And I'm just going to sit here and hope and pray that next year they can figure it out and not get injured to all hell by week 6 again.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really frustrating is that any other year, this would not be an issue. The Lions would be in the playoff picture right now. The Lions could go 11-6 and miss the playoffs. That is absurd. And all of these people, if that happens, they're going to pound their chests and be like, we told you the Lions were going to miss the playoffs. We called it. No, you thought the Lions were going to go like 6-10. Like, what are we saying? No,
Yeah.
you don't get to brag about being right about the Lions missing the playoffs when if they had been in the NFC South, they would have won that division by 5 games. Like,
yeah, no, 100%. I predicted this team was going to go 10-7 and win the division. That was my logic going into the season. Like, oh, we'll get.
And now they could realistically go 11-6 or even 10-7
and be third,
and they could miss
division.
out the playoff.
Like,
exactly, be third, not even like lose the division. They could lose that division by multiple games and finish third in the division. That is insane.
My only final thoughts on this game is first half, Stafford had 0 touchdowns and an interception. We were locking this man up in the first half. Obviously, the defense in the second half, completely different story. This defense needs to get reworked, and I know it's injury ridden. I don't know if this draft we focus on either O-line or like safety, like especially if Kirby and Branch are going to be. We don't know what
Kirby
what's
should
up
be
with Kirby?
fine.
We don't even know.
We don't know. It sounds like he's had like some inflammation that's been really bugging him, and it's like to a point where he's not going to be able to like be his full self.
Yeah.
And rather than risk him like injuring himself just for us to potentially miss the playoffs and have it all be for nothing, they're like, just focus on your rehab, and
100%.
When you're ready, and we'll bring you back once you are. What I'm hoping is that he makes it back for that week 18 game, and that's like do or die. I'm hoping we're not eliminated by then, and that game is win and you're in. And that he comes back for that game, because that would be a huge help to that defense if Kirby can come back. I also am, I'm with you. I'm not really sure where to go. I think the biggest thing is depth this year, and obviously that's not a kind of choice you're going to make in like the first or second round, but like those later rounds need to be really good depth pieces. And same thing with free agency, maybe like 1 or 2 big free agency signings this year, and then the rest is just depth, because that has killed us this year. We managed to win 15 games last year with a banged up squad, but you're not going to get that lucky every year, and that shows this year. It's going to be a miracle that they win 11 games with how hard their schedule is.
Definitely.
Or I shouldn't say 11 games because they need to win out for that, but let's say they win 10 games. I mean, that's a miracle on its own with how banged up they've been and the schedule that they have. So I don't know. I don't know what they should prioritize either, but I think we talked about how the Lions, like this era of the Lions started with them prioritizing the trenches. And I think that needs to be a priority this offseason as well. I don't know if it's the draft or if it's free agency and you sign somebody, especially because Taylor Decker might not be back next year. So you're going to have to replace a left tackle. You're going to have to replace probably a center, unless they want to keep Graham Glasgow, but I really don't think they should. He's been terrible this year. They have a couple guards that have been hurt that could probably start for them next year, but you just never know. And then Ratledge, it'll be year 2 of Ratledge. So I think 1 or 2 offensive line pieces, another consistent pass rusher to complement Hutchinson, because like as much as people want to dog on him, like I do think that part of it is not because he's like bad and he's just not getting through, the blocks, but teams have to double team him. Like if you watch him on a given play, he's getting double teamed or he's just straight up getting held. And it's like, what do you want him to do? But I think that adding like a real pass rush threat in this offseason is going to go a long way for that defense, so that Hutch doesn't have to be the focus. Because if teams can just say, oh, all we got to worry about is Hutch, and then we're fine and we can have a million years in the pocket, they're going to eat us alive every fucking game. Like that was the big issue during the first part of this stretch, was we couldn't get any pressure. Now we're starting to get pressure, but the whole secondary's banged up. So, guys are,
wide
open by 10 yards. Like, so it's like we fix one thing. It's like plugging a hole in a leak, and then another hole pops open, and it's like, God damn it. Like, can we just fix it, please?
Yeah.
Gotta get some Flex Seal, man.
What is the Billy Mays here? My final thought on the Lions game, and then we'll move on, is the Lions are all 6 of their losses this year. Jahmyr Gibbs, 0 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, if he scores a touchdown, we're gonna win. We gotta get him in the end zone. I don't care if it's on. I don't care if it's special teams. I don't care if it's on defense. Get this man in the end zone and we'll win. Other than that, do you have anything else on the Lions game, Colin?
No, I'm glad you pointed that out, because that's been a really frustrating thing. Is he does just kind of vanish, and it's not even like his fault necessarily, but man, we gotta have something else going for us. If Jameer, and I know we scored 30 plus points, but
which is crazy.
Yeah, but if Jameer Gibbs is not working, we have to have something else. Like we can't just feed Jameer Gibbs and say, "Oh, that's not working. Guess we'll see you next week." Like we gotta figure it out, man.
Let's speed through these last couple games. 49ers and the Titans. 49ers get the dub. Nothing really. I mean, Cam Ward had a good game.
Sure.
Yeah, that's about it. Bryce Young and the Panthers losing to the Saints. Man, what is going on?
Yeah, that was tough. I was a Bryce Young believer. I thought they were going to do something this year.
They still can. They're still number one.
I know. That is the most frustrating thing, and I'm so pissed. We are going to miss the playoffs at 11-6, and these fuckers are going to make the playoffs at 10-7 or 9-8.
Yeah. And then
they might be 8-9. Who knows?
Sunday Night Football, Vikings. Oh, go ahead, Colin.
They're going to be 8-9, and they're going to host the second place NFC North team, who's going to have double-digit wins.
Yes.
That's nuts.
Sunday Night Football, Vikings versus the Cowboys. JJ McCarthy putting on a clinic, bro.
Dude, that fake out that he had on his rushing touchdown, that was kind of nasty. I can't even lie. That faked everybody out. It was. Someone was like, was that even the same end zone? And it was not. It was the opposite end zone. But
that's so funny.
But that was a fantastic fake on that. I got to give him credit. He's good for like one or two really good plays a game. I mean, I know he had a really good game this week, but like in his typical games where he's not doing as well, he's good for like one or two like amazing play where you're like, okay, I see the vision here. And then the rest of the game, it's like, why did the Vikings take him?
One of his passes for a touchdown was actually kind of crazy. Like it was Mahomes-esque. Like it was kind of crazy because he was rolling.
Little Mahomie.
It was a little Mahomie. I'm not gonna lie, because he was rolling to his left. He does a full body turn and flicks it, and it was a fucking dot. Like that. I'm telling you. I said this earlier in the year. Everyone's clowning me. I think JJ could be a solid quarterback, but he's got to start being consistent. The last two games, he has 6 total touchdowns and 1 interception. The last 2 games. Granted, that's against the Cowboys defense and the Commanders defense, but that's what you're supposed to do against those defenses, in my opinion.
Yeah. Fantastic news that he plays the Giants defense this week, and then the Lions defense the week after.
At home too. We're lucky that game against JJ is not in Michigan. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then finally,
win.
Monday Night Football. Steelers get the dub over the Dolphins. I said it earlier in the pod, last week in the pod. I can't trust Tua in the cold until he proves otherwise.
I forgot just how bad it was, because we made a comment about it earlier this year when they played some team up north. I can't remember which one it was, but it wasn't quite as cold. He's like 0-5, I think now 0-6. Including in the playoffs when it's 40 degrees or colder. And granted, it was really cold in Pittsburgh yesterday, but yeah, that was tough.
But yes, that was
shout out Aaron Rodgers. He might have saved Mike Tomlin's streak after that game.
He might have. In all honesty,
they obviously play us this week. Oh, at Browns and Ravens at home. That streak is safe.
Yes. All right. Before we get into our picks, Colin, we're going to introduce somebody to the podcast who has some things to get off her chest. So I have my wife, Brittany, here. I'm
going to just let her go. She can say whatever she wants uninterrupted. She's even got the Joe Burrow shirt on. She's doing great.
So Brittany is I'll say diehard Bengals fan. She's a Joe Burrow fan.
Diehard is not the correct term at all.
Okay.
I'm a casual fan that likes Joe Burrow.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
I didn't really pick a team because my family grew up as Bears fans.
Oh.
I didn't really watch football back as when I was a kid, so I kind of just went into adulthood I don't know what team I'm gonna pick. I like that guy. I'll pick him.
That's valid.
And she genuinely picked the best time to become a Bengals fan because
I saw that Super Bowl and I said
they went to the Super Bowl that year, and then unfortunately is dealing with the current Bengals situation.
Yeah.
You could have chose a different team. But
there's nothing stopping you.
There's nothing stopping you.
You can go back. The Bears are doing pretty well right now. You can go with your family and be a Bears fan.
No. No. I mean, I'm not only rooting for the Bengals. I root for other teams too. I'm not gonna not root for the Lions or the Bears or the Bills.
Pairing up the Lions and Bears is kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, I only said the Bears. I married into
for her family.
I married into the Lions. I grew up
the Bears when they're not playing the Lions.
Yeah, that too. My first jersey was a pink Jay Cutler jersey.
Oh, that's crazy. That's a crazy pull.
What jersey did you want?
I wanted a Brian Urlacher jersey.
She got the Jay Cutler jersey.
I don't want that shit.
Not just a Jay Cutler jersey, a pink Jay Cutler jersey.
Yeah. So Brittany, how are we feeling this year about the Bengals? In a rough couple weeks in general, and then a rough couple years in general as well. So how do we feel about the Bengals? You got anything to get off your chest?
Geno Stone fucking sucks. Let's get that started. I'm an official Geno Stone hater, even though the whole defense probably deserves a lot of hate. But I think all of them are allergic to tackling with their arms. They all just try to like shove with their shoulders, and it's so infuriating to watch. I told Dallas I cannot just rant. Like, y'all gotta help.
So when you say you hate Geno Stone, what does Geno Stone do specifically? I know you mentioned the tackling without his arms.
Oh my god, it's terrible. So the guy's like 5'11", like 215, and he thinks he can just shove people down. What's the matter with him?
So Geno Stone, Colin, I don't know if you remember Bengals versus Steelers. Geno Stone was one of the guys, Patrick, I think it was Patrick.
He actually is 5'11". Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah.
No,
I thought you were exaggerating.
No. So the big
He's not 215. He's probably like 230, maybe 225 or around there.
So the big Steelers.
But he's not a big guy.
210.
So the 210.
You're joking.
So that big Steelers tight end, Colin, Washington. What's his first name? You remember?
Isn't it? I thought you said Patrick.
Is it Patrick?
No, it's not Patrick.
Doesn't sound right.
No.
Is it hang on.
Darnell
Washington.
Yeah, it is Darnell Washington. Yep.
So if you go back and watch the highlights for that Bengals Steelers game, Darnell Washington. You don't have to. Darnell Washington dribbles this man on the floor multiple times. Geno Stone specifically, and it like Geno Stone probably has the best low light at like history in general. Because she had mentioned it, I was like, man, I could like see that happening. But then I'm like actually watching for this man Geno Stone would be the worst player on our defensive back team. Like that's how like he makes Vildor look good. Like
that's crazy.
That's bad
crazy. I was just talking about because I was obviously sad the other day after we lost and might miss the playoffs. I was just talking about. I was like, because Alana was giving me crap and she was like, it's crazy that your Super Bowl window's closed. And I was like, man, you're right. Because like if Vildor swats that pass down 2 years ago, we win that Super Bowl, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. So going back to the Bengals. How do we feel about depressed Joe Burrow right now?
Okay, so
this is a great question.
Obviously, it's very frustrating because he comes back, he has a pretty good week against the Ravens. Obviously, they win. It wasn't like the best stat-wise, but he has a pretty good week. Obviously, they win. Thanksgiving. Yeah. He's always wanted a Thanksgiving game, and then they finally win. He comes back. He gets emotional. I got emotional. It's great. But it was his birthday. Who's not depressed on their birthday? So I gave him that. And then to have, I forget what the numbers are, but they said there's so many games where they allow, they score like 35 points, but they're fucking losing. Yeah. How is that? Like, he's doing his job. We're not going to talk about last week with the Ravens.
I was about to say, let's slow down.
Not last week, but before that, when they played the Bills, because I don't remember the final score of that game, but
it was a high-scoring game.
Yeah, it was 28 to 18 at halftime, and then of course I think they ended up scoring like another field goal, maybe another touchdown. But the Bills just came back.
Bills won 39-34 that week.
Yeah, so 34 is a lot to put up for an offense. So there's no reason why they should be let.
Tell me about it.
Right. The Washington game that we went to, the score was like 37-35 or something like that. And that was last year. So that was, they won 9 games, lost 8. And how many of those 8 losses were over 25 points?
Yeah.
Damn near every single one of them.
Yeah.
But that was.
It's definitely not Joe Burrow's fault.
What do you think of the Joe Burrow trade rumors right now? Because there's a couple trade rumors going around. Everyone's saying 3 firsts, 3 seconds, because you can only trade 3 consecutive firsts, unless you have multiple first-round picks. Do you think Joe Burrow will stay with the Bengals? And if not, what team would you like to see him go to?
Unfortunately, I think he will stay a Bengal because, you know, he grew up in Ohio. He's pretty loyal, I would say. Like, I don't want to say loyal. That's probably not the right
That man
word,
is going to turn around the Cleveland Browns franchise.
Okay. Shador, watch out.
Okay, if he goes to the Browns, I'm sorry. That's probably the
Shador
one
for Joe Burrow straight up.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever root for the Browns. We went to Cleveland one time, and I'll never go back. That place is disgusting.
It is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like a sewer, the whole place.
Oh, it's nasty. There's Newports everywhere.
Newports.
And then we saw 2 fights break out in the street.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is kind of cool. That was pretty cool. Did you guys get to go?
That's in Cleveland?
That's in Cleveland. It's right next to the Browns Stadium.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't tell through all the smog. But anyway. No, I don't think I could ever root for the Browns, just because, simply based on like how terrible of an experience. Yeah.
Principal, I can't.
Cleveland. And I'm sure Cleveland would have been fine if we were rocking Browns gear, but that was not the case. And some guy, it was my fucking birthday on the game we went to, and some guy like 4 rows in front of us turned around and said, "Your quarterback fucking sucks." The moment we got there, I said, "You're fucking joking."
Game didn't
right?
even start. Like...
No, we missed kick.
Oh yeah, we did miss
because we had to park.
Was this a Bengals game?
Yeah, Bengals Browns game. First game last year. Or no, 2 years ago. It was 2023.
Yep, 2 years ago.
And he said, "Your quarterback fucking sucks."
Yeah, the
about
moment
Joe
we got
Burrow.
there.
I think it was coming off of the Super Bowl.
And you know what the worst fucking part was? Awesome. Their quarterback was Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Tough looks. These are tough looks.
Tough looks for the Browns, man. Is there anything else you would like to say for the podcast?
You stole my question. I was going to ask, where would you like Joe Burrow to go?
I just want him. I wouldn't even mind. I knew he would never go to the Colts, but I just want him to have some protection. And that's honestly closer than Cincinnati, so I could like go see him more often.
They can't make that trade, but
no, I know, but I've heard rumors about like the Rams and the Vikings. I wouldn't mind. I don't think I would mind if he went to the Vikings. Sorry.
I would not like to play Joe Burrow twice a year for the rest of his career.
Right. That's why I'm like, sorry, but I don't think he would. I think he would be good in Minnesota. I mean, just with Justin Jefferson alone and a better defense.
I don't know. 9 is cooking right now in Minnesota.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's lit up 2 teams total this year.
Hey, he beat the #1 team in the NFC North already. Beat the Bears.
He did beat the Bears? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Back and win.
Well, divisional games are always tough. Well, it's like the Bucks losing to the Falcons.
Crazy time. Who's the quarterback for the Falcons, by the way?
Isn't that Kirk Cousins?
It is Kirko Chains. MSU legend.
Had to get it in.
Would you think I wouldn't know who that was? You think I wouldn't know?
I just wanted you to say Kirk Cousins so we can throw in the MSU legend. That's the.
Does she know about the MSU legend running joke?
No, you're not a fan of the podcast. You don't watch.
That's crazy. He spends all this time editing these videos, and you don't even support him. That's crazy.
No comment.
No comment.
I don't even have time to watch the podcast.
I have a running joke that anytime an MSU player is mentioned, in any context, any former MSU player is mentioned.
One game at MSU.
Could have waited. Let me tell you about MSU legend Nick Foles, all right?
He went to MSU?
For 1 season before he transferred to Arizona.
He
was in the same quarterback room as Kirk Cousins and I forgot who it was.
Old heads.
Brian Hoyer, that's who it was. I wanted to say Drew Stanton. I was like, that's not right.
He probably was there too. Who knows?
He might have been. I don't know. But yeah. The quarterback room that year was crazy. There were 2 Super Bowl rings in that picture, and none of them belonged to Kirk. It's crazy.
No.
Colin, do you have any other questions?
No.
Well, is there anything else you want to say?
Geno Stone fucking sucks, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay, there you go.
All right, thank you.
Oh wait.
Oh, what? Hold on.
We weren't talking about the O-line for the Bengals, but Orlando Brown Jr. also fucking sucks, and so does Dylan Fairchild. Get rid of them, and I'll be happy.
Okay.
How's Cody Ford doing?
How's Cody Ford doing?
He's doing fine.
Oh, he's doing
people
fine.
hate on him so much. It's
Because he's a piece of shit.
Because of the breakup. It's personal issues. He's not a good person.
Like, he's not great, but he's doing a hell of a lot better than some of those guys.
Let's. You know what? I almost stole your gimmick, Colin. I'm sorry. I almost stole your gimmick. God.
You did.
Jesus.
Takes over for 1 week and thinks he runs the fucking place. Jesus Christ. Let's roll into some picks. Starting off with Thursday Night Football. The 1 seed Rams battle for first place in the NFC West. I almost said the Pac-12. I've been watching way too much college football.
Pac-12. Pac-12 doesn't even exist anymore.
I know. It's, technically,
it does technically exist, but it's dead.
4 teams in it. They're trying to revive it though. In basketball, they added a couple teams to it, but that's besides the point. Rams at Seahawks. Seahawks coming off that really disappointing offensive performance against the Colts. I think they do bounce back, but I think that Rams offense is kicking it into high gear. I think even without Devontae Adams, they are going to put up a lot of points this week. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, I'm also going to go to the Rams. They just look like the best football team in the NFC right now. I almost potentially the NFL right now, but
I was going to say there's an argument there.
I still like the Broncos a little bit more, just slightly.
Definitely.
Broncos defense carries, but yeah, that Seahawks game last week kind of scared me. From the Seahawks, Sam Darnold in prime time slots, terrible. So I'm gonna go with the Rams.
All right, Eagles at Commanders on Saturday evening, 5 o'clock kickoff for this one.
Why do we have Saturday games?
They do this every year in December, because college football's, I mean, it's not over, but we're in postseason for college football, so there's not like a dedicated Saturday slot anymore.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Eagles at Commanders, no question, give me the Eagles.
Yep, I am also going the Eagles.
All right, Saturday night, Packers at Bears. I think the Bears losing this actually helps the Lions a little bit more than the Packers losing. So I think for the sake of our rooting interests, I would want Dallas raised his hand.
Lower.
I was gonna say you can lower your hand now.
Trying.
I think for the sake of our rooting interests, we should be rooting for, that feels so weird to say, rooting for the Packers. But I do think that the Bears are going to get this done. I think the Packers are going to hurt this first week without Micah Parsons before they figure some things out. I think that they're going to try and prove a point coming into Soldier Field and getting that win, but I also think that the Bears really feel like they should have won in Lambeau, and I think they're just going to have that little extra motivation, and I think they're going to sweep this one out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the Micah injury is a huge loss to the Packers. I just see this Bears team getting their get back from the last time they played, and I think in concern with the Lions, I think the Lions just win out, we make the playoffs, regardless of what anybody else does.
We're gonna need some help from.
I don't think we do, because
whichever team loses this game, we're gonna need to have them lose at least one more.
I think we should be fine because we still have the tiebreaker over the Bears, and if we beat the Bears, like that would assume we win out. I think that would get us into the playoffs. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I saw. That if we win out, regardless, we're in the playoffs.
Maybe,
but I could be wrong. But yes, I am going to go with the Bears.
All right, Sunday 1 o'clock games: Chargers at Cowboys. Damn, this is actually kind of tough.
It is tough.
Cowboys just came off of that loss against the Vikings. I think the Chargers are definitely better than the Vikings. How are the Chargers doing at home this year? 4-2 at home.
Just lost to the Vikings at home, right?
They did just lose to the Vikings at home. Who was their other loss at home?
And then they tied with the Packers.
And then they tied with the Packers at home. That's true. Yeah, so 4-2-1. This is a little misleading. Man.
50-50 game.
Yeah, honestly. I think just because they're the better team, I'm going to lean Chargers. But would not be surprised if the Cowboys win this one.
Yeah, no, this is definitely, like I said, a 50-50 game. God, I'm trying to look ahead on the NFL slate to see which games I could switch so I can try and get some of those games on you. This is like one of those games.
You could take that chance. I don't think it would be a bad bet to take the Cowboys in this game.
That's what I'm
think
saying.
This is like a 50-50.
I'm gonna go Cowboys. Fuck it. We them boys. Cowboys. You already know Dak is gonna come back. This Chargers O line is beat up, and Herbert is the most pressured quarterback in the league. Broken hand. They snuck out a win against this bad Chiefs team. Give me the Cowboys.
All right. Vikings at Giants. Give me the Vikings.
Yeah, I was riding with the Giants this last week.
Every time I try and ride with the Giants, they lose. So I've learned my lesson at this point.
Yeah, JJ McCarthy looking for 3 straight games of excellence. Give me the Vikings.
3 straight games of excellence is crazy. What was his stat? Hang on.
He had 3 total touchdowns.
163 yards against the Commanders' defense is not excellence. I get the 3
How many touchdowns? How many touchdowns? Exactly. 3 touchdowns. Granted, he was starting on the other side of the 50, so that's why there's less yards. When it's Matthew Stafford, we don't have that issue. But
dude, Donnie is not here. You don't need to bring up Matthew Stafford.
I just remember Stafford had less than like 200 passing yards, but he had the 5 touchdowns in London. That's what, because they started at like the 40-yard line every drive.
Yeah. Bengals at Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins had a tough loss, but this one's at home, so Tua in the warm weather, I like. Give me the Dolphins.
Did they get officially eliminated? Did that game knock them out of the playoffs officially?
Yeah, they're both eliminated. They're both eliminated.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't.
They're playing for nothing, essentially.
Yeah. Playing for pride.
Big game here.
This is a huge game here, actually.
Like
the 7-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the 7-7 Carolina Panthers. Both teams coming off of heartbreaking divisional losses that somehow have not knocked them out of the playoffs. Damn, I wish the Lions were in the NFC South. I want to go Panthers, but I think Baker gets it done. Give me the Buccaneers.
I'm going to agree with you. I think the Bucs, their problem last week is they just couldn't finish the game. They were winning. They had a 14-point lead going into the fourth. Yeah. They just had to finish that game and they win. So give me the Bucs. I think they're better overall. I like the Bucs here.
All right. Jets at Saints.
The Shitter Bowl. Let's go.
We got our ugly game of the week. Give me the Saints.
I don't know, man. Brady Cook. It's kind of.
No,
I'm gonna go with the Saints. The Saints are actually kind of rolling right now. Two divisional wins back to back.
Yeah.
Give me the Saints.
2 divisional wins back to back. They did get steamrolled by the Rams the week before that.
Well,
and the Bucs the week before that.
Well, they just beat the Bucs recently.
They did. You're right. I lost my place because I went back and looked at the schedule. Bills at Browns. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, give me the Bills. Myles Garrett, man. We didn't bring him up. This man's close, man.
He is. That might happen. Not with Josh Allen. It probably won't.
I don't know. Josh has been taking more sacks this year than last year, so he might get one, but I don't see it happening just because Josh Allen's Josh Allen.
I think he will probably, if he gets one, he's probably going to take it easy so that he can break it next week against the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. That's crazy because I don't know if you remember
in Cleveland too.
In Cleveland, yeah.
Well, I guess both of these games are at home, but yeah. I think breaking it against a divisional opponent with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback,
a divisional opponent, a Hall of Fame quarterback. Imagine, real quick. I don't know if you remember the guy that originally had the sack record. I think he played for the Jets, and he's still mad at Brett Favre for taking the sack against Strahan. Imagine if Aaron Rodgers does the same thing Brett Favre does and just takes a sack for Myles Garrett for the record. Hey, the connections between Favre and Rodgers are just crazy now.
That would be kind of crazy. That would be. Chiefs at Titans.
Oh, different kind of difficult.
Gardner Minshew at quarterback. I had to catch myself. I was about to be like, Chiefs, no question.
Kind of difficult right now.
I mean, Tennessee was able to put up some points against the 49ers this last week.
Why is your voice so squeaky when you said that?
Titans put up 24 against the 49ers and 31 against that Browns defense.
They did.
I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go with the Titans. Give me the Titans.
Colin, I wanted to ride with the Titans this week. I wanted to be the only one.
Still can.
I'm gonna ride with the Titans because if I lose, because my intuition is Titans are gonna win this game, and if I pick the Chiefs and I get set back another game, I'm gonna be pissed. So I gotta go with the Titans regardless because I can't let it happen.
Oh man. Jags at Broncos. This is going to be a really good game. I'm excited for this one. I don't think the Broncos are going to win it, but this is going to be a good game. I'm kind of bummed this is only the 4:00 slate.
Yeah, this is a crazy game. This is Sunday Night Football. Like it.
This is on at the same time as the Lions game. God damn it.
Oh, that's tough.
I'm going to have that multi-view up.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But you said you're run with the Broncos?
I'm going Broncos, yeah.
I'm going to try and get some games. In Denver, I'm gonna try and get. I feel like the Broncos are due for a loss, man.
They probably are.
I said that last week, and they won.
What was their last one?
Last one was Packers.
I mean, they narrowly escaped the Commanders 2 weeks ago.
I gotta go.
Narrowly escaped the Chiefs. Narrowly escaped the Broncos, or not the Broncos, the Raiders. They keep beating teams by like 3 points.
Yeah, I gotta go with the
Jags. Solid win was, I mean, I guess kind of the Packers, but. Their last
they're all close
win
games.
By multiple scores was the Cowboys in October.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
I gotta go with the Jags, man.
That's valid.
The Jags are just red hot right now. And I feel like the Broncos are just due for a loss. But this defense is crazy for the Broncos.
If this was in Jacksonville, I think I would be with you. But the fact that it's in Denver, I mean, Denver is such a tough place to play, especially considering the elevation difference from Jacksonville to Denver.
That's
gonna
true.
Suck.
It is. I'm gonna roll with the Jags.
I respect it. Falcons at Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals.
Kirk Cousins coming off of a legacy game. You know what that means? He's gonna have a average game. Mr. Average himself. I'm gonna roll with the Falcons because the Cardinals are just dead in the water. They're looking forward to the draft. Give me the Falcons.
Yeah. Raiders at Texans. Give me the Texans.
Yeah,
this might be back-to-back weeks with no points from the Raiders.
Yeah, give me the Texans here.
Steelers at Lions. Give me the Lions. We got to stick with the pattern. They haven't lost consecutive games in 2+ years. Give me the
win, loss last week. Get the dub this week. Give me the Lions.
Hopefully it starts a 3-game winning streak.
Aaron Rodgers against the Lions again, by the way, in Ford Field. No Kirby Joseph to save us this time.
God. I want to think about that. I'm actually so pissed that he's out for this game. Now
I know.
Oh, that's tough. Give him the whatever they shot up Patrick Mahomes with a couple years ago when he had that ankle injury. Right before the playoffs. Whatever they gave him, inject that right into that man's knee. Right into the knee.
Yeah, 100%.
He needs to play this week. He's our only hope.
He's our only hope. So sad.
Sunday Night Football, Patriots at Ravens. Ooh, Ravens need to win to keep their AFC hopes alive. Patriots, like I said earlier, might be the start of a mini losing streak right here at the end of the year. Might start to stumble a little bit. We'll see how they respond. I think I'm going to go Patriots, but I would not be surprised if the Ravens get this done.
I'm going to go Patriots confidently. I just don't trust this Ravens offense right now. If they do need to win, but like I said, the Lions, I got beat in the Steelers, so they don't have to win this week. They do if they want to, I think, tie for the division right now, but I think they can get away with a loss against a good Patriots team.
Yeah. All right, and then 49ers at Colts on Monday Night Football. Phillip Rivers, Part 2.
Phillip Rivers, man.
This might be a real rough week for him.
This is going to be past his bedtime, man.
Man. This will be his first home game, though.
That's true.
So that's exciting for him.
Extra juice.
Yeah, give me the 49ers.
Yeah, give me the 49ers. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Colin, so you got some trivia.
I do have some trivia.
I stole your thunder last week with the picks. You're stealing my thunder this week with the trivia. It's kosher. It's kosher.
All right. So we talked about obviously Patrick Mahomes is out with an ACL tear, but even if he was healthy, Chiefs are out of the playoffs regardless. And he is one of only 6 quarterbacks to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl in the last 22 Super Bowls.
Damn.
Can you name the other 5?
Damn. You said so 5 other quarterbacks.
Five other quarterbacks. AFC quarterbacks in the last 22 Super Bowls.
So clearly you got Tom Brady, the GOAT.
Yes. Brady.
You got the sheriff, Peyton Manning.
Yes.
You got Aaron Rodgers. What the fuck? You got Joe Burrow.
Yes.
Joe Burrow. I need 2 more from the AFC. You got Ben Roethlisberger,
yes.
the Steelers.
Last one.
Who is this last? I'm trying to think of past teams in the Super Bowl. Gosh. Was this player only in one Super Bowl?
Yes.
I'm trying to think. And how far back? You said 22 Super Bowls?
22 Super Bowls. This Super Bowl is not that far back, though.
Fucking Joe Flacco.
Cincinnati legend.
Cincinnati legend. So you got 2 Bengals
quarterback to win a Super Bowl, by the way, in their entire franchise history.
Okay. So you got 2 Bengals quarterbacks in that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. I was like, I know I'm forgetting a dominant AFC team and the Ravens.
Yeah, so we will now have a new quarterback representing the AFC guaranteed in the Super Bowl, which is kind of crazy. The second part to this is if you go back 1 extra season, there is a new quarterback added to that list. Who is that quarterback?
Oh my gosh. Is that what year would no, that would probably give it away. But I want to say it's Rich Gannon.
It is Rich Gannon. It was
the
Raiders Bucks Super Bowl.
Because I was gonna ask what
Do
year.
You know that man's stat line in that game?
I think he had like 100 yards and like 0 touchdowns. Like
he had 272.
272. Okay, way better than I thought.
2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and he was sacked 5 times.
You know what? That makes sense why the Bucks won that Super Bowl. That fucking that Bucks defense was crazy,
man.
That Bucks defense was crazy.
His passer rating was 48.9.
Wow,
that's horrible.
Wow.
So yeah, that's my little mini trivia. I had asked a couple people around this week since I saw that on Sunday to see if they knew it, and every single person has forgotten about Joe Flacco.
it's just the fact that like Joe Flacco is one of those players that's like you don't like he kind of fades into NFL history. Like
yeah,
and it's like he had a legendary playoff run
because he
year.
hasn't really been like a true starter since like
the last 5 years.
Yeah, and even then, like it was realistically, it might even be the year that Lamar took over for him was the last like year he was a starter. Like a true starter, not like a stopgap for like a season, like a long-term starter.
So after he left the Ravens in 2018, he started 8 games for the Broncos.
I did forget that he was a Broncos quarterback for a little
bit. So from 2020 to 2022, he started 9 games for the Jets in a 3-year span. In 2024, he started 6 games for the Colts. And then this year, 2025, he started 4 games for the Browns, 6 for the Bengals.
Crazy.
So the fucking Joe Flacco on the Jets and on the Broncos is a faded memory.
Yeah. Like I said, I forgot he even played for the Broncos for a little bit.
Yeah. I
remembered the Jets, the period that he was on the Jets, but
you could have told if you would have told me he played 3 years on the Jets, I would have told you
3 years on the Jets.
He was on that roster for 3 years and only started 9 games. And he
was the Zach Wilson era, wasn't it?
I think it was.
So I think he was the backup to Zach Wilson.
Yeah, he only won 1 game in 3 years, Jesus by the way. Yeah, fucking shout out Joe Flacco, man.
Shout out Joe Flacco. Another quarterback that should be in the Fourth and Wrong Hall of Fame.
He might be. He might be. Like I said, I got a couple names on my paper here, and 3 of them are for sure locks. I think we have room for 2 more. So I'm waiting for it.
All right.
We'll see. Episode 100, man. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for sure. All right,
so
you got the outro.
Yep, that's it for the Fourth and Wrong podcast. Colin, thank you for joining me. Marshall, Donnie, fuck you guys for not being here. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Like I said, new episodes dropping every Thursday. We'll see you next time.